What's up, family? So this is the update with the Nolan Wells situation. Man, they did that boy the worst way. Let's get into the video.
This Nolan Wells situation is terrifying. They really murdered that boy. And they're gonna get away with it, unfortunately, for everybody involved. And it should piss off a lot of us. I don't see enough people angry at this situation that there should be.
And I don't understand. See, I'm reading the news articles, and from what I'm hearing so far, he goes on a trip with his friends, and for some odd reason, he doesn't come back. Nobody knows where he's at. You know what I'm saying? I heard they had his phone. You know what I'm saying? And of course, he was the only one that looked like that. So that shit got me tight, bro.
And the reason why so many people resonate with this Nolan Wells story is because Nolan Wells is like the average 18-year-old kid, grew up in a 2-parent household in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, a regular neighborhood, nothing spectacular. He played football in high school, was good enough at football in high school, to now he's playing football at a community college. If you take away the name Nolan Wells and just put those facts on paper, a lot of us probably won't be able to distinguish between his life story and the life story of our nephew, our cousin, our brother.
Right.
We all know somebody who lived the exact same life as Nolan Wells, all right? Regular kid, played sports in high school, made it to community college. Nothing spectacular, just the average kid, which is why his story has a lot of people distraught, because a lot of people see themselves in Nolan Wells. They see their family member in Nolan Wells. They look at Nolan Wells in his story and they say, this could happen to me and my family. So a couple of days ago, like most kids his age from that area, he hopped on a boat with a couple of his homies to go celebrate July 4th off coast. Nolan gathered and rode on the same boat as his homies Eric, Wyatt, and Warren, and they rowed their boat to this island called Horn Island.
I'm sorry, I don't trust not one of them motherfuckers. Especially Warren. He just looked like an old bogus motherfucker. Man, I really wish, man, we just had a little bit better, like, damn, bro.
Which is like 10 to 12 miles off coast from mainland in Ocean Springs. When they got to Horn Island, his best friend Javon was on the island and Nolan checked in with him. Now, Javon would have rode on the same boat as Nolan. That was the plan. But Nolan boat got full and didn't really have any space. So Javon just rode with some other people and they all got to the island together. Once he got done talking to Javon, who apparently is his best friend, he then went back to hanging out with the people he went to the island with, even meeting up with this girl called Katie McCormick that he really liked, who was also on the island. They was talking throughout the day. Eventually, when the festivities died down, the people he came with, Wyatt, Warren, Eric, they all went home. Katie went home. Javon went home, but Nolan did not go home. Nolan was nowhere to be found, and his parents were on social media begging for answers. Every one of the individuals that Nolan had contact with on 4th of July on Horns Island had left the island at earliest 3 p.m. at latest.
That's bullshit. Every time something like this happened, all of a sudden, I don't know, and I'm confused, and I left this time, so I ain't gonna lie, bro. Something tragic like this happened, bro, and don't nobody know shit, and somebody lying. Somebody lying like a motherfucker, because you don't just run off into the ocean and never come back. You see what I'm saying? And you went there with a group of people. You see what I'm saying? Even the group of people gonna be like, hold on, where's Nolan at? You see what I'm saying? If they cared about you, where's Nolan? We can't find Nolan. You know what I'm saying? So that don't just happen. People don't just leave and nobody, he just mysteriously just disappeared and vanished in midair. Like, that don't happen, gang.
4 p.m. But Nolan's mom made a status at 9:55 p.m. on July 4th, alerting the public that her son still hadn't come home yet from Horns Island and that he was missing. So she posted, please be on the lookout for Nolan. Last seen was west tip north side of Horn Island today around 3 p.m. wearing blue shorts and sunglasses. It's unclear if he made it back on land. Please message me if you've seen him or have information about his whereabouts at or after 4 p.m. At 4 a.m. the next day, the mama made another status where she says, there's no updates. Nolan is still missing. Please, if you're a praying person, please pray he is found alive, safe, and unharmed. At 6:46 a.m., she made another post. Nolan has not been found. His father and I have his cell phone, so for friends who are seeing his location, it's because we have it. Katie has contacted me. We are currently at Horn Island. We're looking for any information other than what we already know. Please personal message me if you have any additional information. Another post was made at 8:14 a.m. If you have any information, please let us know. Another post was made at 9:10 a.m.
And
Please send
nobody's
any
answering
information.
these people. Nobody knows nothing. Nobody, everybody, man, I can't stand these motherfuckers, bro. I swear to God, dog. I swear to God, bro. Like, that shit be getting me so tight. Man, that boy's somewhere dead, man. God damn, man. Soon as I'm reading it and I'm peeping, nobody's replying, he dead. I ain't even watched this video yet. God damn, bro. What the fuck?
If you've seen him. Another post was made at 9:45 a.m. Nolan has not been found. So whomever is spreading the rumor he is home, that is not true. Another post was made at 10:29 a.m. I'm asking for any video or photos from yesterday.
And somebody started a rumor. Oh, yeah. That's some white people shit. Somebody started a rumor and said he was at home. You know, to kind of die down the situation. Or get people to stop, you know. That's some evil manipulation shit. And I'm not saying that's, you know, white people are bad people. But in this case right here, bro, something's off, gang. Something's off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like playing the race card too much, but, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Right here, G, something off, bro. Point blank, period. I'm gonna keep it so real.
From Horn/Ship Island that may have Nolan in them. Also, I appreciate all the love and support. We are a bit overwhelmed. Please personal message me only if you have details about yesterday or if it's news outlet. When the family announced the search efforts for Nolan, Katie, the girl that Nolan was talking to on the island, she reached out to the family. She apparently was cooperative and told them everything that she knew. She went to the island with the family to help look for Nolan. But the same level of cooperation and concern they received from Katie can't be said for Nolan's friends that he rode on the boat with to the island.
Because
like
they
Wyatt,
look
Warren,
bogus.
and Eric,
I said that.
because they were allegedly out to eat the next day while everybody was outside looking for Nolan. And when
they went out to eat the next day while everybody was looking for Nolan, and Nolan was on the boat with these motherfuckers. What the fuck do you think they went out to eat to talk about? Why the fuck they need to go out to eat and talk? I'm not accusing nobody of murder, but what are we talking about? Come on, y'all. Man, that boy not here no more, man. God, I hope they
were approaching the ask why they weren't out looking for Nolan. They were out here eating with no care in the world. According to one of Nolan's friends, their answer was really sketchy and really bothersome.
They wouldn't give his phone back to his parents.
What?
And they were seen eating out the next day.
Wow.
And when somebody asked them, like, hey, why aren't you out looking for your friend? They said, y'all already think we did it.
If that conversation actually happened.
Yeah, they did it. They did it. I ain't gonna lie. They did it. They know they did. And then you're not giving. I ain't gonna lie. That's gonna make me strangle you. That's gonna make me really hurt you. Give me my son's phone back, bro. This ain't got nothing to do with. Give my son's phone back. Give my, like that whole. Yeah, we can keep the phone and we ain't gonna look for it and we don't care and we out to eat and y'all already think we did it mentality, bro. That sends fire through my that right there, bro. Man, them kids is bold as fuck. That's called privilege. That is called privilege. You are bold. You are this fucking bold with no care in the world, my nigga. Because a black man couldn't even operate like that. Let's keep this shit so real. Wow, folks.
If that's true, the reason why that would be considered suspicious and bothersome is because this is the day after. This is July 5th. Everybody
This is the day after. They won't give me his phone.
Right
they
now,
outside
he's being considered missing. His whereabouts is unknown. And according to the family, nobody knows where he is. But if the response is y'all already suspect us of doing it, well, doing what exactly? Doing what exactly?
Exactly. That's what I was just saying. They did it. Oh, y'all already suspect us of doing it. Doing what? We thought he was missing. Everybody said they don't know what happened to him. We don't know what something happened. I personally already feel like that boy dead because y'all not saying shit. For real. They know y'all, they kill him. For real. And they think they smarter than everybody else.
Because as far as everybody knows, he's just missing. But that reaction and that reply would insinuate something tragic took place. Now, the reason why Nolan's family and friends were allegedly suspicious of the friends he rode on a boat with, like Eric.
And he comes from a loving family, bro. Because like he come from a loving family, like dad, like he keep himself in shape. He got a beautiful mother over there. He like come from a loving family, bro, that take care of him. He got his heads on his shoulders, went to school, bro, finished high school, went to community college, probably trying to get a trade or something while playing football, keep his mind together. You know what I'm saying? So there's no reason why he should be in a situation trying to go to an island or go have fun and stuff like that where that boy doesn't come back home. And his best friend, him and his best friend that was black got separated. And so now he with these white boys and he don't come back home and the white boys kept his phone. White boys won't look for him. White boys the next day was out to eat. You know what I'm saying? They didn't care. They're not sitting around thinking about Nolan. They're not sitting around thinking about their homie, their friend that's not around. They don't care about Nolan. Nolan is just a nigga to them. If something went down, they would put it on Nolan. I promise you. If anything happens, they're pinning it on Nolan. If somebody gotta go, then Nolan gotta go. That's I'm sorry to tell y'all that, but I've seen that firsthand. A group of white boys and that one black kid, they're going to fuck with that one black kid. Very rarely is that one black kid just gonna come out motherfucking normal after hanging with them boys for too long. Cause they're gonna be on some bullshit eventually. I've seen it. Straight up.
Wyatt and Warren is because they have possession of Nolan's phone. Nolan is nowhere to be found. Nolan is nowhere to be seen. However, you guys have his phone, but yet you guys are saying y'all have no idea where he is. Approximately 2 days after Nolan Wells went missing, his mother showed up to Facebook on July 6, 12:43 p.m. and wrote a status announcing that Nolan Wells' body had been found, and unfortunately, he'd been found deceased. She wrote, "I want to..."
Wow. Told y'all he was dead. Wow, bro. I knew they killed him. They killed him, bro.
Thank our family, friends, community, United Cajun Navy, local law enforcement, and everyone involved for all the love, support, resources over the last few days. His father, Elmore Wansley, our family, friends, and I are absolutely devastated. My heart is broken for our sweet son, who was always willing to cheer and uplift others. Nolan was a special soul. God took his time creating our son. I ask that you all please give me and my family privacy. Grieve. Thank you all again. God bless. When the news that Nolan Wells' body had been found and he was found deceased, chaos ensued. See, it was devastating news, obviously, for the family, but it was also devastating to people outside the family, people on social media who didn't know Nolan Wells personally, but they were pretty invested and committed to finding out what happened to him. And when it was found out that this kid was found dead, a lot of questions surfaced, a lot.
Breaking news, a body has been found on Horn Island near where missing 18-year-old Nolan Wells went missing. Search crews like this one you see here in the air have been searching for him for more than 40 hours now. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Brandy McGill. Will Polston has been on the scene at a command post in Jackson County all morning as they search, and he now joins us live. Good morning to you, Will.
Hey, good morning, Brandy. We got word here just at about 8:45 that there was a body found on Horn Island, and the officials are now working on bringing that back. Now, as of right now, we do not have an identity of the body that was found, but I can confirm that Nolan Wells' family is here at the Lake Mars boat launch. Now, they've asked us not to show the camera in that direction right now of the family grieving. There is quite a bit of family and friends here from Nolan's family, but like I said, we do not have identity as of right now. Sheriff Ledbetter did confirm that a park ranger ended up finding the body that was found, and the coroner was here earlier and has since left. They left right at about 10 o'clock, just after 10 a.m., waiting on getting official confirmation on the identity, cause of death, and everything else in between.
Because as soon as a body was found, as soon as Nolan Wells' body got found, the people he had contact with lawyered up. His homies.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, and that's white people. I hate to keep saying that shit, but bro, now you got a lawyer because you did it, dummy. Thank you for telling on yourself, dummy. What the fuck, bro? They lawyered up. Got his phone. Went out to eat to talk. Nigga, they was talking about how they was finna get, they was getting this conversation ready, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's that right there is the saddest part in the world. And that shit fucked up. And the part is, you gotta think, they took them 40 hours to find that body. You know what I'm saying? It took them 40 hours, so they found it within the first 48 hours. But still, that means y'all try to hide that boy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all try to get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't in plain sight. He wasn't just, nah. It took him a while to find that boy.
Who he rode on the boat to the island with, Wyatt, Warren, Eric, they lured up. Now they told the family, hey, listen, we don't know what happened because everybody he had contact with passed the buck to each other.
Yeah.
The people on the boat said, hey, we told him we were leaving. He said he was going to stay by and catch a ride somewhere else. We didn't ask nothing of it. We left. His best friend Javon said, yo, when I seen him, he was talking to Katie. He said he was going to catch a ride with Katie. Katie said, look, we talked, but he said he was leaving with his friends. I said, okay, and didn't question it. So everybody is passing the buck to each other.
Everybody playing Connect Four.
They passed the buck to Javon. Javon passed the buck to Katie. Katie passed the buck to Wyatt, Warren, and Eric and the friends on the boat. But after the friends gave the initial statement, Wyatt, Warren, and Eric, after they gave their initial statement, they now went quiet. They lawyered up, deactivated their pages, and had nothing more to say. The dudes that Nolan rode on a boat with, they claimed they were in a rush and in a hurry to leave the island and get out the water because their boat was experiencing malfunction. The boat was receiving water.
Bullshit.
They thought they had to get out the water as fast as possible or else they would be stranded. So they told
Bullshit.
Nolan it's time to go. Nolan said he's
bullshit. And they told Nolan it was time to go. And let me guess. Before Flacco finishes his sentence, I bet you they gonna say something like, but Nolan didn't want to leave, or Nolan insisted, and Nolan was being hard-headed, and Nolan was this, and Nolan ended up, we tried to save the day, but Nolan just wouldn't listen. How much you want to bet they're gonna play that role? Like Nolan's the fucking problem. I swear to God, that's what they do. Watch.
leaving, and he stayed. However, they still had Nolan's phone. So Nolan didn't realize, oh, damn, bro, you guys have my phone. Give me my phone before you guys leave. It sounds like y'all was leaving in a hurry and Nolan had no idea, to be honest. But they also failed to mention that an altercation took place. Now, there's like very grainy video of the altercation that took place online that doesn't really tell us much, but it does show Nolan getting into some type of like verbal, hostile back and forth.
So what exactly happened from you guys' side?
From our side, there was an altercation with a different boat, which had other kids on it, black kids, and there was an altercation. There was a fight, something happened, and they went back to their respective boats or whatever. And when his best friend was on the other boat, so when he went to go like check up on Nolan and everything after the fight, Nolan's boat was gone, but they had stayed for a couple more hours. And so when they got back to land, they had his phone. So Nolan didn't even have his phone.
I thought the boat was malfunctioning.
At one of the boys' houses, and they didn't want to give it to his parents, and they had to send somebody to go get the phone from his house. That's why, like, when we checked his location, everybody was like thinking that it wasn't serious because we saw his location. It said he was in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, like at his house. But they wouldn't give his phone back to his parents. But the story that they keep trying to push out to everybody is that the boat was sinking and taking on water.
Right.
And they were telling Nolan that he needed to get on the boat, but Nolan wanted to stay back with a girl that he never met, which he wouldn't have done.
Exactly.
Because if that was like we're all from the same surrounding areas, she goes to Moss Point, which is like 20 minutes away. Why could you not hang out on land when you got back?
If the boat that you came in was sinking and you knew that.
And so that was like the crazy thing is that they're talking about, oh, the boat was sinking.
Right. Right.
And he didn't want to get on the boat, and the boat had to get towed back. But if that was the case and he said he wanted to stay there, why did you take his phone back and not leave him on an island without
you take
a way
his phone because you his parent or something?
home?
Like, come on,
the
bro.
only people who truly know what happened to Nolan is Nolan and the people involved. But if Nolan was my friend, if I was somebody who was on the boat, now I don't think they left that island without Nolan's body. That's just me, though, right? But I'm gonna say this: if my friend was missing and I left him behind, and there was rumors that something bad happened to him, wouldn't the first thing I tell the family and the police, yo, he was in an altercation with this group of people and this group and this group?
That's the first thing I'm saying is, nah, bro, he was just getting into it with so-and-so. If something happens to somebody, bro, you seen they was just fighting with somebody, the first thing you gonna say is, oh, no, he was beefing with so-and-so. You know, if you ain't had nothing to do with that and you just peeped it and you like, hey, nah, I'm just an innocent bystander civilian, man. I did see him fighting with so-and-so. Why them boys ain't say that? Why them boys ain't mention there was a fight? Why is it all of a sudden the boat is effed up, no one didn't want to go, and they had to get the boat towed? But why was the altercation not mentioned? Why was it not an altercation mentioned that there was a black boat, a boat full of black kids, and there's a boat full of white kids, and Nolan got separated from his friend, and his friend was on the boat with the black kids, and Nolan on the boat with the white kids. And when he went back with the white kids, he never came back. Why was that not said? Why was that not said? You know what I'm saying? I don't like the whole covering up bullshit and shit, bro. Like, that shit crazy.
Group. The only way I wouldn't tell them folks about the altercation is if the altercation was with me and my group.
Right.
If it was me and my group of friends that he was arguing with, if we all got into a heated altercation, even if I'm quote unquote innocent, I probably wouldn't tell him because I don't want them to think that something nefarious is going on.
Right.
And if something nefarious did go on, I damn sure wouldn't tell him. That, hey, by the way, just so you guys know, before he went missing, he was arguing with us. We got into a really, 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 really heated altercation. And that led to what exactly? Oh, nothing. We squashed it, and then we left, and we just
and he ends up
leave him and take his phone with us. Excuse me? You
took
had his phone?
Took his phone?
Now, even what they did with the boat is suspicious. The boat is probably the single most important and crucial piece of evidence in this entire case. You know what they did with the boat? Take a listen.
But in the videos that you can see, obviously the fight was loud enough and big enough to cause all the other surrounding boats to pay attention and that be the main focus of what everybody was seeing at the time.
And Alexis, I do want to ask you something else. How long were they friends?
They've been friends for a minute. I mean, these people have gone to school together since elementary school.
Wow.
Yes, and I want to ask another question from the chat. Dark Chocolate said, my thing is, why did the boat really have to get towed back, and was his BODY on it?
There is some speculation, like this is just like hearsay, that the boat was owned by this dude Wyatt. But when the boat got brought back, it was parked at Warren's house, which is his mom is the judge or whatever.
What?
And somebody said they drove by like later that night and like they were cleaning out the boat. Like it was like dark night, not like.
I don't even think we need to continue watching the video after that one. They was cleaning the boat out the next day, late night. So if Nolan was stabbed, if Nolan was beat brutally, that's gonna all come out. Because they gotta do an autopsy on him. So man, this shit right here, that's crazy, dog.
Regular time when you would clean out a boat. It was like later at night. And then there was a girl on the boat that's not in any of the pictures or wasn't the girl that he was talking to. And when she got back on land, she turned off like her Snap location, but her best friend still had her location on Find My iPhone. And she was at all of them were at one house for like 4 hours.
Wow.
They
Talking
were kids.
about
They
it.
could have been partying
No,
at
they
the house for
weren't.
4
They were.
hours after leaving Horn
They were
Island.
talking about how Nolan is dead, and they was trying to get their story together. That's why when everybody asked them what happened, everybody was playing Connect Four. Everybody was, oh, I heard this, I heard that, I heard this, and this. Everybody all of a sudden knew what to say. Nobody was talking about the altercation. Nobody was talking about the stuff that was actually going down. They just saying, I heard he was going here. I heard he was talking to this girl, Katie. I heard he was doing this. That's why they got together. That's why the next day when they went out to eat, they so starstruck still. They sitting up here just talking about the plan, making sure everybody sticks with the plan. You see what I'm saying? That's the truth, cuz. That's the truth. I'm going to say allegedly, so I don't get canceled. But for real.
But I don't know, bro. All right, why wouldn't you take the boat back to your crib? Why would you bring it
To your man's crib.
to the judge
crib.
It sounded like, hey, mom, we got
And
ourselves in
some
a pickle.
BS.
We need your help with something. We need your help to figure out what to do.
And
here.
if she's a real mom and a real judge, if y'all did something like that, she needs to send y'all ass to jail because you killed an innocent life. And if that's what's going on, if she's a true judge, she needs to send her sons to jail, point blank, period. Even though I know that's never gonna happen, especially with white America, but that's what needs to happen, period.
Now, again, this is speculative. This is just day one. We're going to do a much deeper dive into this case once more information comes out. But things ain't looking right. Now, the judge, who apparently is she's the mom of Warren. Now, apparently that judge deactivated all of her pages too.
Oh, shit!
Now, everybody is secretive. The kid dies, everybody lawyers up, don't got nothing to say. Right? Refuse to say certain things like, hey, he got into an altercation with some people. Probably look at that group of people. But you wouldn't say look at that group of people if you were the group of people. Because it'll be easy to say, yo, listen, we left, bro. But bro was still there after getting into an altercation with some folks. Looking to them folks, they probably did something to him. Which is why also, too, though, like I could already tell, man, they not really boys, bro. Like,
no.
like they're not really homies. Think about it for a second, okay? You and your homie go out. Let's just say, I don't know, y'all go out to a party, man. Your friend get into an altercation with a group of dudes at that party. Are you leaving that party without your friend?
No.
Are you letting your friend tell you,
absolutely not.
hey, bro, I just got into an altercation with this group of people.
Absolutely not.
Now, my only homies I came with, they about to leave me. And I'm
we
about
don't even play like that. You know, you lead together, you come together. That's how we roll. That's really your homie. You know, you ride out together, you come home together, nigga. Point blank, period. End of story. You know what I'm saying? That's how shit gets done. That's how everybody get home safe. So in this situation, bro, now they not his boys and they not his homies. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right here just because, man, it's honestly fucked up. I didn't really realize he passed away. I thought they were still looking for him, but I guess they found him deceased. So, man, prayers out to his family, prayers out to everybody. You know, I genuinely hope he gets justice. I hope this one gets justice. Whoever had this, whoever did this, whoever was involved with this, I hope it comes to the light. You know, this is a hard one to deal with. I've been hearing about it. So it's just unfortunate, guys. Watch your friends. You know, that's one of the main things we always talk about on my channel is watch who you hang with, watch your friends. Because situations like this, who you hang with can cost you everything, bro. Can cost you everything, man. You know what I'm saying? And Nolan look like a good kid, bro. He ain't deserve none of this shit, bro. He ain't deserve this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? An altercation shouldn't cost you your life. An altercation shouldn't cost you your life when we all on at the beach and chilling. There's women, there's food, there's whatever the case may be. It's the sun outside, there's water, there's a beach. There shouldn't be no arguments, but if there is, there shouldn't be no murder. It shouldn't be no murder, bro. You know, I really want to know what was the motive behind this. How could you be in such a happy environment and take somebody's life away? You know, how could we be in such a happy environment and somebody end up dead? You know, and the one black guy that was hanging with the white boys, that's the one that died. You know, So that type of shit be fucking with my head, bro. But you know, I don't want to be on here playing devil's advocate too much. I just want to state the facts and state my truth. But until next time, man, I appreciate you guys for tuning in to Evan Sales TV. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I do appreciate all my fans. Until next time.